Hi all, I wanted to make a quick video about a new indicator that we have made. Before I proceed, I would like to mention that this is an educational channel. Kindly read the disclaimer you see on the screen and in the description below. With that said, let's proceed. So let me introduce you to our new indicator called Atlas. This is Atlas and this is how it looks. Atlas initially started because we wanted to have a separate indicator for trading commodities. We had a certain way of trading commodities. We have been doing that for some time now, and we wanted to build an indicator around that, around the way we look at commodity and the kind of visuals that we wanted. So we developed Atlas for commodities, but in the development phase, we realized that it works very good for equity, it works well for index, it works good for crypto, it works basically for everything. Even though it was designed primarily for commodities, it seems to be working for everything. So in that sense, it's an indicator that can be used for all instruments. Let me demonstrate this on commodities on the 15 minutes time frame, because that is where it all started. We first started this building this indicator on crude oil, natural gas, gold, silver on the 15 minutes time frame. So this is how silver is currently looking. We are in live markets. This is how silver is currently looking. Let me just show you how crude oil is looking. So this is how crude oil is looking. This is how natural gas is looking. This is how gold is looking. Okay, so this is gold. And you can see that it's bouncing off from this demand. And this is silver. As you can see, it's been quite bullish since the 9th. That is yesterday. All right. And then, just for the sake of displaying this indicator, I will run you through some global indices also. So this is how US 30 is looking at this stage. As you can see, this is how S&P 500 is looking. Okay, this is the demand zone, this is the supply zone. The lines you see in between are Fibonacci levels. This is how Nasdaq is looking. Bitcoin on 15 minutes time frame. Ethereum on 15 minutes time frame. And then UK. CAC. DAX. Nikkei. Chinese, Shanghai Composite. As you can see, these two parallel lines show you the way the trend is flowing. Come back to Indian indices, Nifty. Nifty, we are viewing it currently on the 15 minutes time frame. You can go down to 5 minutes also if you want. Generally, I do my demos on 5 minutes Nifty. All right, it'll work on all time frames. Even if I go to a month, you can see that this is the 2008 crisis and this is the 2020 crisis. So even in the monthly view, it's showing the correct view. This is how it'll look on hourly. And let's get back to 30 minutes. $15 minutes. So that's how Nifty 50 looks. This is how mid cap looks. This is how Bank Nifty looks on the 15 minutes time frame. This is how Fin Nifty looks on the 15 minutes time frame. Let's just go back to Nifty. If I switch to 5 minutes, you can clearly see there's a demand zone over here and there's a supply zone over here. Currently, These are the current fib levels. The center line of the fib is marked, is a green line. Then you have blue, then you have yellow, and then you have red. This parallel channel is showing the kind of trend the channel is following, the candles are following. And this EMA that you see is EMA 50. You can customize it to anything that you want. Colored candles are colored candles, all right? There are 4 engines working in this. So those engines are called quantum flow engine. That's the first one. Nebula range grid. This is what is showing you the Fibonacci. Then there's ASTA regression bands. These are the 2 parallel channels that you are seeing. And then helix zone mapper. This is showing you the supply and demand zones. You can customize things over here in the input section as and how you want it. For me personally, I like it the way it's working in the default settings the best. So I leave it at that. I don't change much. By the way, in the object tree, you will have to take this and put it above. Sorry, you will have to take the indicator and put it above the instrument to get the color coding working properly. If it's not, then only when the mouse goes over the moving average, the color will change. And when you move out the mouse, the color will disappear. If you want the color to be constant, you have to, in the object tree that's below the clock over here, drag the indicator and take it above the instrument you're trading, whatever the instrument is. All right. You just need to do it once, and then you can just serve anything that you want from your list of instruments that you choose. I'll just save this for the time being. So I'll save this in default. Silver is the commodity that I was watching on the 15 minutes time frame. Okay, so this was my default settings. I also have this in my other computer that is working all the time, displaying Atlas Daily Commodity. It looks like this. I have this on my another screen, which shows me crude oil and natural gas with Atlas on the 15 minutes time frame with wave RSI at the bottom. So this is what I see on another system altogether, and this is continuously running. So one glaze at that and I can see what's happening with natural gas and crude oil. All right, this is another indicator of ours working at the bottom called wave RSI. We tend to use it quite a bit. Now, if I have to install Atlas, how do we go about it? For people who have already bought a lot of indicators from us or are Sigma members where they have access to a few good indicators free of cost, I'll just show you when you purchase or are given a new indicator from us what you need to do. So we'll make a copy of this and we'll call it Atlas 1234 save. So we'll have a new page. So in this page, what we will do is we will remove the current Atlas that we are running. So currently this is a 15-minute time showing silver and silver futures, and there is no indicator running, only sessions break is on, separating one day from the other. All right, apart from that, nothing else is running. And when you buy an indicator from us, it basically comes in a text file. So all you got to do is you will get a file like this and a PDF like this. Double click on the file, edit, select all, right click, copy, or you can go to edit, copy. That's it, it's done. Nothing else is required. And then you go over here, find editor, and then you say you want to create indicator. All right, it comes up with the new script with a couple of lines built in. You select all of this and just click on delete, and you paste over here what you have copied from the notepad. That's it. And then you say save script. It's asking me how do you want to save it, Atlas 1, because in my system Atlas is already saved. I will say save this as Atlas 1 2 3 4. So I've given this another name called Atlas 1 2 3 4, and I click on save. So now this is saved as Atlas 1 2 3 4, and then I need to click on add to chart, and that's it. You'll find that the indicator is on my screen now. Atlas is totally working. To get the candle color working permanently without it shifting all the time, because right now it will shift every time I move the mouse away from the moving average. If I want those candle colors constant, I just need to go to the object tree, click on Atlas and drag it above the instrument I'm trading, in this case silver. Once I do that, it's done. I don't need to do that again and again. After that, I can just click over here, silver, gold, natural gas, crude, whatever I want, and it just maintains that colored candle permanently, because we have already dragged and taken it above the instrument once. After that, you don't need to do that again and again. So this is Atlas. Again, to briefly summarize, Atlas gives you candle coloring. Above EMA 50, it's going to be green. Below that, it will turn into purple. It shows Fibonacci levels. It shows a parallel channel where the candles are running. If the trend is up, the parallel channel will be upwards. The trend is downwards, the parallel channel starts showing downwards. There's an option for the center line also of this parallel channel that you can see is in dashed color. It also shows demand and supply zones on the screen itself. So on the whole, it is actually one of the biggest indicators we have created. After compression, we came to about 368 lines. That is after we tried to compress it. Otherwise, it would have exceeded 800-900 lines. So once we wrote the whole thing, then we told the system or the editors to try and compress it. After a lot of compression, we came down to 368 lines. Otherwise, it would have been bigger. Anyway, all those things aside, in basics, it's got 4 things going on. It's got a quantum flow engine that is showing you the colored candles and the moving average. It's got nebula range grid, which is showing you the Fibonacci levels. It's got the Astra regression bands, which is these 2 parallel channels inside which the candles are running. It's upwards or downwards depending on the trend. And Helix zone mapper, which is showing you the demand and supply zones. All right, we have tuned it very well to the best possible settings we think is good for the 15-minute time frame. However, we generally look at commodities on the 15 minutes time frame, and Nifty, Bank Nifty, we look at intraday on the 5 minutes time frame. But that's our outlook. There may be people who trade on much higher time frames than that, 4 hours, 2 hours, whatever. The indicator will automatically adjust. So from 15 minutes, if I shift to 2 hours, it will automatically adjust, redo everything, give the new fib levels, channels, color the candles, do everything accordingly and display it. If I move from 2 to 4 hours, it will do the same thing and adjust. Maybe in 4 hours, I'll turn off the sessions band so that I can see things more clearly. So this is how silver looks on the 4-hour time frame. As you can see, the trend is still upwards, right? So on and so forth, guys. Multi-time frame, multi-instrument, an indicator that is in-depth, works. You know, it's not for scalpers to be making money on 5 minutes time frame. Maybe it can do that also, but the reason we made it was not that. We actually were designing an indicator for commodities. Commodities work at a different pace compared to index like Nifty, Bank Nifty, all of that. Or commodities work at a different pace compared to even cryptos. Commodity have their own pace. They also have major spikes every now and then. So this was designed primarily for commodities, but to our surprise, it seems to be working very well. Cross spectrum, across multiple instruments, because the fundamentals are very strong. All right. After I've made this video, maybe another half an hour to 2 hours, or maybe another 4-5 hours. I don't know how long the development team will take. This should be available on our website, bestindicators.net for purchase, and on Buy Me a Coffee for international customers for purchase. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you all enjoy the indicator as much as we have enjoyed ourselves making it. It was a tough task. This required a lot of patience and we had to do a lot of testing, but to the best of our knowledge, it is very stable right now, and we are already using it. So that way we know it's stable, it's working fine, and we ourselves are using it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for your time. Take care. Bye bye.